Hi, my name is Jasmine, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Chicken Club is the wonderfully marinated and juicy chicken breast. The marinade actually reminds me of my mother's cooking. You know, marinades, usually they take time, and you can tell that it was put together with love.
Okay, got everything ready. Got the rental, got it dropped off, going to the championship with your tiny champion. Going. Got it.
Hey, what is up, y'all? We about to be getting into this momentarily. Say about 3 more minutes, we'll be good to go. Hope everybody's doing well today. Make sure you are all staying healthy, hydrated, and beautiful. If you're already in the chat, go ahead and type in, make it be known, say how you doing today. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Bring the soft background music over. Alright. Welcome back to the channel. Like I said, I hope everybody is doing well today. We will be getting back into Syberia, as you can probably tell by the video title. Or not, I don't know why Twitch is being weird and is saying that I'm playing Kingdom Hearts for some reason. I think it possibly updated it, I'm not entirely sure. I hope it did. Let's hope for the best. But let's see, it's 9:19. I think we can go ahead and get into this. And like I told y'all before in the or like I said in the last video wasn't a stream. The last part of this was a video I recorded that's gonna be posted on the YouTube channel. So if you want to catch the part that led us up to this point, be sure to catch the video on the YouTube channel. That's at the in the bar above. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Still don't know what's going on. Let's see. Let's go with what's left of the factory. I must be missing something in her office because they keep telling me to explore the office, but I'm like, I swear I looked at everything that's in there. Nothing in this room.
Hi, it's me again. Can I trouble you a second?
In the situation I am in, nothing would give me greater pleasure.
It is loud.
Have you logged my first and last name?
Perfectly. Kate Walker. Pleased to meet you.
Me too. Model XZ 2000.
Please, all my friends call me Oscar. This fad for cryptic names is such a bore. Could you imagine being called by your passport number?
I suppose not, Mr. Oscar. Sir.
Like I said, I have no shame and I will use a guide if I must.
Don't think for one moment that I'm bored of you, Oscar, but I have to go.
No, I'm definitely bored of you, Oscar. You have no information for me that's useful. Alright, so according to the guide that I just checked, we are supposed to use the ore. So when we opened this, when we went over here, Momo, which is this kid right here, he broke the lever that was on that. So since he broke it, it's in our inventory right here. But according to the guy, we should take that lever and use it so we can get the ore for this boat. We need to select it. And
It's a shame this boat... It's a shame.
There we go.
Ugh, that ore is all dirty and wet. Ugh.
Okay, now we don't want to touch it while it's nasty, but nothing's saying that Momo can't do it.
Momo, I've got some...
Momo listening.
I've moved the ore nearer. Be a good boy and carry it for me?
Momo say yes.
Alright.
Momo, I've got something else I want to ask you.
Momo listening.
I need a hand opening the dam.
Momo say yes. Momo strong.
Good job, Momo. Come on.
Momo strong.
Thank you, Momo.
Okay, so now that he opened the dam, there was a lot of water that was up on this path here. So yeah, now that water's all dried up, so you can walk across. Let's see what mysteries await us in this cave. Okay, got a mammoth toad doll. Is that all that was in here? I think that's all we had in here. Alright. Mammoth paintings on the wall.
Hello?
Kate? Is that you?
Well, yeah, who did you think it was?
I didn't recognize your voice, that's all. Must be the distance or something. So, spill the beans. What's Europe like? You lucky lady, you. Honestly, I never get that kind of break.
Well, so far all I've seen of Europe is this tiny village, and frankly, they're not very hospitable. The whole case is getting really complicated. There's this surprise heir I've got to find.
I know. I talked to Lynn, who bumped into Joss, and she had coffee with the head honcho this morning. She didn't sound at all happy. The client's meeting him tomorrow, and when Marston tells him that the sale's not even gone through yet, whoa, you're gonna be pleased you're on the other side of the ocean when that bomb goes off.
Yeah, I get the picture. But so, how about yourself? What's up at work?
We lost the Farah Lou trial. I worked 5 months on that dumb case.
I remember.
So, for a bit of therapy, I went to Boomy's. The sale started yesterday.
Wow, lucky.
It was absolutely crazy, Katie. Absolute mayhem. You know that blue silk top I wanted? Guess how much I got it for?
I don't know. 250, 200?
$140. Just get yourself back here and I'll go down with you.
Like it's my choice. Look, I gotta go.
Call me soon, huh? I want a blow-by-blow account of every moment of your great adventure.
Get out of here. Look after yourself.
You too.
Get out
I
of
will.
here. That seemed like a very pointless conversation that I didn't need to have. That developed the story none. But cool. So, let's head back to the factory real quick. Because I promise when y'all see part one, in fact, after the stream is over, I'm going to go ahead and post part one for anybody who wants to go check it out. But, part one was stressful. I mean, it went through easy at first when we were recording part one. But things, come on, Kate. Things got a little confusing towards the end of that video because I was just trying to figure out what in the hell was supposed to be next. So that one robot that was down there at the bottom, we need to get bro some legs.
If that's going to...
I keep saying something's missing, but I'm not picking up on what that something is.
If that's going to...
explore a little bit because I think in this area we missed.
That doesn't work. That doesn't work.
Yeah, does it? Ah. Hopefully I just supplied the factory with power. Okay. Okay, now things are working. Alright, we got this. Tell you, man, it's been years since I played this though. I definitely enjoyed it the last time I played it. It was one of the games that really be having you thinking. And the story is very, very enveloping. It gets you excited to kind of see what happens next on it. I'm taking it this is the only one I played. I really don't remember what happened in this game, but I would like to play through it again to try to remember what happened. But I'm also looking forward to
Hi,
playing 2 and 3.
it's me again. Can I trouble you a second?
In the situation I am in, nothing would give me greater pleasure.
Okay, well here are your
Do you know where...
I cannot reply.
Don't think for one...
You gotta select them.
Here are your feet, Oscar. I hope I haven't made a mistake.
These feet are incorrect, Kate Walker.
Oh damn, alright, well fuck you too then, Oscar. Excuse me. Maybe I gotta flip a different switch when I make the legs this time. Which color wig does he want so that way I don't fucking be wasting my damn time? That's the dog.
I don't need to do that again.
Yeah, we do, but we definitely did the wrong color. waste time by going back to him to have him cuss us out again because we got the wrong color. First, let's see, they'll let us make the right set. I doubt it though. He probably got to tell us it's wrong so he could take the wrong ones out of our inventory before we can make the correct ones.
I don't need to do that.
Yeah. Alright, so let's go find out we fucked up so we can try again.
Hi.
In the situation.
Don't think for one. Here are your feet.
Bless you.
These feet.
So hopefully, damn, that's it right there. That'll be it right there. Hopefully. You know how hot I would be if I went all the way back and like, yeah, nah, you still fuck them legs up.
Hi. It's.
In the situation.
Don't think for. Here are your feet, Oscar. I hope I haven't made a mistake.
These feet are.
Motherfucker. Alright. Okay, Oscar. Yes. Yeah, dog. Now we finally know what color's gonna have this man be satisfied. The wild part is like they come out looking the exact same each time. Alright, this is it, y'all. This is gonna work this time. I'm confident in this. Alright, walk up. There we go. There we go.
Here are your feet, Oscar. I hope I haven't made a mistake.
These feet are incorrect.
Bro, I'm tired of your ass, Oscar. You mean they're incorrect? Let's try one more time. Alright, so I hope that means that I'm doing it right this time. Still came out looking the exact same as the other ones, but these just so happen to be the right ones. Take these legs.
Here are your feet, Oscar. I hope they fit.
Kate Walker, I see you managed to produce 2 XZ2005_B models.
They look like the other 4 pairs that I brought to you, but we ain't gonna talk about that. We're gonna let it slide. I'm gonna let you have your moment, Oscar.
allow me to express a real feeling of joy, Kate Walker.
They really suit you. Comfy?
Very. You are very kind, Kate Walker. I am sorry to have to leave you.
Where are you going?
I must find my train. Its departure is imminent.
Okay. So get papers for Oscar. So go to the cemetery, put the mammoth in the train. Discover what's left at the factory. Explore Anna's office. Join Oscar at the station. That discover the explore her office is still there. So one thing I'm noticing that's different from the PC port that I played back in the day compared to now is it tells you what you have left that you haven't done yet. But as far as like what's in this office that I haven't looked at yet, I'm confused. Because I'm quite
That's
confident
going to...
that I looked at everything in this office.
Oh my gosh. Invoices, invoices, more invoices.
Bless you. Nothing over here.
If that's going...
Wait, this music cylinder I got came from this box, but it does nothing but play this little song and then stop. Well, we'll come back when we need to. Let's keep going. You're talking about the train, so I'm gonna head to the train station. This place is like a ghost town now. Okay, here's Oscar.
Hey there, Oscar.
My functions do not permit me familiarity, Kate Walker. Even if you are my first and only passenger.
Me? Your passenger?
Yes, you, Kate Walker. Is it not for that reason you completed my production process?
If you say so. I have decided to come along for the ride, Oscar. Ready when you are.
Your ticket, please?
My ticket? What are you talking about?
The rules clearly state, Kate Walker, every passenger of this train must possess a ticket.
Okay. And where do I get hold of a ticket?
Only the ticket vendor may issue tickets. You are in luck. The ticket office must be open now. You should go there immediately.
Alright. And where are you going? Bruh, this motherfucker's the ticket vendor. Like, you could have gave me the ticket on the train.
But it's you?
What can I do for you, madam?
But Oscar, it's me, Kate Walker.
Correct. Your name is indeed Kate Walker.
This motherfucker made me think
What can I
had
do
to
for you, Kate
go see a
Walker?
whole nother person what he's
A
to do for
train
the
ticket, please. Why? Do you sell anything else?
The only function of this ticket office is to issue tickets. You are requested to accelerate operations. The office closes in exactly 3 minutes. What can I do for you?
A ticket, please.
1 ticket?
Yes.
1 ticket. What is your final destination?
I don't know. It's you who told me I had to get a ticket.
A ticket to travel, then. There you are. Do not lose it. This office is not entitled to produce duplicates. This advice also applies to the accompanying documentation.
What's that?
The authorization for the release of the train. The ticket officer may ask you for it at any time.
But I mean, you are the...
Attention! The exact moment has arrived to close this office.
Bruh, I swear if I didn't need you, Oscar, I would take your legs back.
Kate, it's me again.
Dan, I was gonna call you.
Yeah.
Are you mad at me?
I've just called Marson and Lormont. They told me you weren't expected to return this week.
Oh, yeah.
So when are you coming home?
I don't know. There's nothing I can do about it. The situation is kind of tricky, you know. At the beginning of next week, I hope.
Yeah, whenever.
Dan, please. Just hang in there, okay? The stakes are higher than I thought. And you know how much I love this job.
I suppose it's neither here nor anywhere to you that the Goldbergs are going to...
It is. I mean, it isn't. I mean, Dan, this really isn't the moment. You know I'm thinking about you. I love you, sweetheart, and I'll give you a call when I have some news. Promise. I've got to go now. I've got kind of a train to catch.
A train? Where are you off to now? This is crazy, Kate.
To tell you the truth, I've no idea. Love you, honey. You know that.
Kate!
I can tell right now it's not gonna work between her and Mr. Dan. Cause Dan is tweaking.
It's me again, Oscar.
Hello, Kate Walker.
Why aren't we setting off, Oscar?
I must abide by regulations. Your ticket, please, Kate.
Don't think for one...
I also have...
Alright, here's my ticket.
There you are, Oscar. Does this mean we can leave now?
I cannot accept this ticket for the moment, Kate Walker.
Of course
Keep
you
it.
Why don't you want to take my ticket?
I must abide by regulations, Kate Walker. Not all departure conditions have been fulfilled. I must confirm your departure release.
You can be a real stickler for the rules, Oscar, my old fellow. There you are, Oscar.
No.
I cannot...
Why...
I must...
You can be...
Okay, train release permit.
Here. This is the authorization for the release of the train.
It has not been signed, Kate Walker.
Oscar, you're going too far. You just gave me this.
Does the train belong to you, Kate Walker?
No.
So there. This train cannot leave Aladdin without the agreement of its owner.
I don't think Madame Varlberg is in a position to sign anything right now.
In that case, the stamp of her legal representative is perfectly sufficient. Please hurry up, Kate Walker. This train will soon depart, and I must ensure it is not delayed.
Alright, so I know how to get that. We gotta go over to that notary office. And I think last time I played this, I put ink in the thing so that way it'll work, so Should be pretty straightforward. So here is the train release.
Here.
permit.
This is your stupid train release ratification, Oscar.
Thank you, Kate Walker. That is perfect.
Alright, now take the ticket.
There you are, Oscar. Does this mean we can leave now?
I cannot accept this ticket for the moment, Kate Walker. Keep it.
I don't understand why we can't leave. I'd hate to think it's me that's delaying the train like this.
I do not wish to appear impolite, Kate Walker, but I am afraid that not all departure conditions have been fulfilled.
If that's a joke, Oscar, it's not very funny. I really need to find Hans Vorarlberg as quickly as possible.
I have strict instructions to obey. There are 3 spaces in the luggage compartment that are designed to accommodate 2 very important objects. The train can only depart when they are in place. Please excuse me now. I must return to my departure preparations.
Oh, I wouldn't want to break any rules. If that's going to work... If that's going to...
Alright, man, I left that music cylinder in the office. Definitely need that. What's up, son? Hmm? feel like at this point, I think I can go to the cemetery.
Hello.
Kate, so what's new?
We've got a problem, Mr. Marson.
What problem? Come on, Kate, don't beat around the bush.
There's maybe an heir.
What?
Hans, Anna Vorarlberg's brother. Looks like he's still alive. We can't buy the factory without his consent.
What? What is this? Where's this mystery brother come from? And more to the point, where is he? What did the notary say?
Nothing. I mean, nothing else. You know, sir, it's an odd town here. Everything's odd. The people, things. The situation's not straightforward. I have a small bit of research to do.
Listen to me, Kate. Universal Toys is one of our biggest clients, and I don't care how weird that town is. All that matters is that you do not set foot back in New York before you've tied up the deal. Get the picture.
Yes, Mr. Marson. You can count on me. Darn it!
Girl getting loud with it. That ain't my fault the woman died.
That door is locked. I've got to find another one. No point. It's locked.
Oh, you used them cogs that I got from Momo. I don't know how they go in here, but they go in here somehow.
That's going to... If that's going... If that's going...
Guess we need to look around to see if we can find what needs to go there.
need a key.
Alright. Red punch card. To my successor, the Vataline parish priest, the sanctity of confection is a sacred vow, so these revelations are the result of much soul searching and reflection. One day in March of 1938, Rudolf Vollberg knocked at my door. I was a young priest then, and I was overwhelmed by the dominant personality of the town's most important figure. I remember it was raining that day, and beneath his dripping hair, Monsieur Vollberg's face was the very expression of eternal pain itself. Through, through gritted teeth, his eyes swimming with grief, he announced that his son Hans has just died. He wanted me to come immediately to bless the body. I entered the dark drawing room at the family home. Hans' coffin was set in the middle, sealed shut. Monsieur Vollberg explained to me that he wanted no one to see the body of his son. Hans' badly mangled corpse had been discovered at the bottom of a precipice. It was presumed that he slipped and fell badly. Despite his 18 years of age, the young Vollberg did not have all his facilities. Okay. So they made it seem as if bro fell.
If that's going...
Alright. Playing Silent Night. Don't know exactly what that did, but I hope it did something. Maybe it opened the front door.
I've got to find another way around.
Hope it did not. Or maybe it opened that gate that was locked over here. Nope.
No point. No point.
And I still got that punch card, which kind of tells me that something, I'm on the right track, but something's missing. Apologies about that. Oh shit. Alright, apologies about that, guys. The camera started dying. Alright, man. I think this is gonna be it.
I no longer need these punch cards.
Oh, okay. The key that was in that one drawer. That's what goes inside that hat. I would say this is very disrespectful, but I'm like, if bro is not really dead, then press cut. Valid invoice cylinder. Okay. No, I bet you that you put that voice cylinder inside that thing that we took the music cylinder from. Let's see. March 17th, 1938, Mountain Fall kills local figure. The Wahlberg family was struck by tragedy yesterday. Rudolf Wahlberg discovered the lifeless body of his son Hans at the bottom of a precipice. Loose rocks and poor visibility occasioned by the morning mist are probably the cause of the young man's fall. This is the theory put forward by the family. As there were no witnesses, Hans had just turned 18 years of age. 8 years ago, he suffered a similar serious accident from which he never fully recovered. The full use of his mental facilities, despite living almost as a recluse, he was still a well-known figure as the future of the Wahlberg manufacturing lays in his hands. We at the Volodine Gazette wish to extend our deepest sympathy to his family and express our sincere condolences to Rudolf Wahlberg and his daughter Anna, who today became the sole inheritor of the automaton factory. put y'all on a brief intermission real quick while I get little man situated. Be right back. Alright, you guys, and I am back. So let's see, we need to go to the office. Nope, don't need the phone. What's up, son? Yeah.
Hi,
Oh, here we go.
where are you hiding? We've got to go home. We're late. Very late. Anna, over there. What do you mean, over there? Please, Hans, we've got to go. It's a secret. You've got to swear. Okay. I, Anna Vorarlberg, swear to my brother Hans to never ever mention this to anyone.
It's right there. You see?
But it's dark in there.
Don't worry, I took a lantern. From the factory. Girls, honestly.
You won't look so clever when Father notices you've stolen one of his lanterns.
Oh, I'm all covered in mud because of you.
Look, Anna. Look.
I've seen paintings like this in a library book. They're like...
You swore, Anna. It's a secret between you and me. Hey, look. There's something else up there.
Oh, come on.
It's like a toy. I have to have it. Give me some light.
But Hans, it's much too high. Do be careful, Hans. Hans, be careful.
For weeks, my brother lay in a coma, hanging between life and death. And then one morning he opened his eyes, but I knew he would never be the same again. We never did return to the cave, and to this day, I have never ever betrayed our secret.
So now we have everything we need.
that's going to work.
Just trying to find out what pedestal things go on. That goes there.
These shelves look as if they're made for valuable objects.
Yes.
It's me again.
Hello, Kate.
Don't think for...
I also have much to attend to.
Yeah.
Right, everything is in order then. The train is finally ready to leave.
I am most terribly embarrassed. Such ignorance on my part is inadmissible. I hope you still have confidence in my abilities, Kate Walker. Please, return to your seat and we can leave.
Finally.
Alright, we out of here. She definitely just left all her shit in the hotel.
Where are we, Oscar?
At the halls of residence of Barockstadt University.
And do we really have to stop here?
The situation is incompatible with the pursuit of our journey.
What are you waiting for then? Wind them up, find a way. There must be some sort of train winding thing just laying around in this weirdo station.
I have seen nothing that fits that description, Kate Walker.
I guess we'd better find out then.
I do not like this station. The atmospheric humidity is detrimental to my sophisticated wheel workings. I will wait for you inside the train.
Wimp. Oscar, we have a serious problem. How can we carry on our journey if this train doesn't want to budge? What are our options?
Every clock has its key, Kate Walker. Keep looking.
Well, I hope you're right. I'm gonna go see what I can find. Oscar, there's no way you could help me find a way to wind the train back up again?
Rust awaits my every movement if I leave this train, Kate Walker. And what would you do with a rusty engine driver?
Not a lot, I suppose. Oscar, I think that Hans Vorarlberg once stayed in this town after he left Valladolid. Maybe this wasn't a chance stopover after all.
Nothing is left to chance in a railroad network.
You agree with me then?
We have no concrete proof to support your hypothesis. The train stopped because the clockwork mechanism is unwound. That is the only concrete evidence we have, Kate Walker.
I was just hoping for a little imagination on your part, Oscar.
No, Kate Walker. I am only an automaton, Kate Walker.
You have to say her first and last name every time you speak to her.
This train might be a wonder of technology, but the engine's limited autonomy is a liability. You got to admit that.
I am afraid I refuse to entertain this consideration, Kate Walker.
Oscar, see you later, alligator.
In a while, Kate Walker.
Bro, how you fuck it up? You was on the right track and fucked it up. In a while, Kate Walker. Who is this?
Hello.
You're on my train, I see.
Yes, I've come from Valadilen.
It's been a long time since I've seen a train here. Students, did you bring students with you?
No, I traveled alone. Well, almost alone.
I remember around the start of fall, trains would bring kids from all around the world here to study zoology and botany, paleontology, and all that stuff. This was a great university.
And it isn't still great today, then?
Today? Well,
Have you been the station master of Barokstadt for a long time?
I've never had another job. Now, you tell me, are you in charge of this train?
No, I mean, I'm not sure.
So what's your thing here? You come here to do some bookworming over at the university?
Well, sort of. I'm always looking for new information.
Well, you don't seem to know a lot. And about that train, it's gonna get in the way if you leave it there, that's for sure.
In fact, I'm a lawyer and I'm conducting a pretty unusual investigation.
Investigation, huh? Hey, I'm just a station master. I don't know too much about anything.
Well, you never know. Anybody could be significant in this case.
You see, nobody actually tells me anything, so my hands are totally clean.
I never implied they weren't.
You sound guilty, my boy.
I feel like I've lost my way a little here. I could really do with your help.
Hey, anything I can do, miss, you just let me know.
The name Hans Vorarlberg doesn't mean anything to you by chance, does it?
Oh, do you really think I'd remember one little name from the thousands that pass through this station?
I'm sorry to junk up your station like this, but the spring mechanism on my train needs winding.
A spring-operated locomotive. There's a thing.
Yeah, and an impractical thing, too.
Yeah, I always dreamed of taking a train, but now I'm over the hill. And someone has to take care of the birds, after all.
All these birds in a station. It's amazing.
This is no ordinary station, miss. Oh, no. These birds are part of the prestigious University of Barokstadt Ornithological Collection. Over the years, this aviary has housed some of the most fantastic species from all over the world. And I am not exactly your typical station master either. This little world is my responsibility, and that is no easy task.
I can well believe you.
And you know what's the hardest? The hardest thing is to keep interspecial harmony. And one day some explorer introduced a couple of cuckoos from the Amazon. Whoa.
It wasn't a good idea?
A nightmare. You know, cuckoos lay their eggs in the nests of other species, right? Now, what's more, they also push the host's eggs out of the nest so that they receive all the mother's attention, right? Accursed cuckoos. Nightmare.
I see what you mean. That's one tricky bird. And there was nothing you could do to stop it?
The faculty declared the bird a protected species. If it wasn't for our mechanical eagle, we were sitting on a major ornithological catastrophe.
You have an automaton here?
A wonder of technology. It's an eagle that's mounted on wheels in the air. It passes through and it swoops down to collect parasite eggs. But heck, the dang eagle's been out of order for several years. Impossible to collect the eggs myself.
Why not?
I can't climb up the gangway. I fell off it several months back, and I still have a pain in my spine. Not to mention the vertigo I've been getting. I only have to look up in the air. Whoa.
You poor soul. That must be very hard.
Worst thing is, cuckoo eggs piling up in the nests. Soon the rectors are gonna notice. There's trouble in store, big trouble. I'm worried. Yep, worried.
I won't disturb you any longer, Mr. Station Master.
Welcome to Barokstadt, miss.
Apple. Apple. No, go to sleep.
No point. It's locked.
Okay, so we can't leave the station out that door. Okay, it's a, what is it? Okay, it's a pro and contact the following number. Okay.
I need a key.
Can you pull up? Hold on.
That looks broken.
Can you use your cell phone then, Kate? Locks.
Welcome to the East Block Control Center. To start, press the number sign. If you are using the Haltenberg lock, press 1. If you are using the Morloff lock, press 2. If you are using the Koningpass lock, press 3. If you are using the Barakstadt lock, press 4. To return to the last command, press the number sign. If you want to raise the water level, press 1. If you want to lower the water level, press 2. To return to the last command, press the number sign. To confirm your choice, press star. To return to the previous command, press the number sign. Your request has been logged. Unfortunately, our regional technician is currently on holiday, and no replacement is available. We will reply to your request within 48 hours. In case of an emergency, please operate the lock system manually. We apologize for delays to our service.
What the fuck was the point of that number? That was a waste of time.
I need it. No point.
So we gotta find a way to get that.
No point. The door's locked.
Hey,
I've
that's
still
pretty
got to
damn
get in there. I'm sorry to
What can I do for you, miss?
Have you been the station master of Baruchstadt for a long time?
I've never had another job. Now, you tell me.
No, I mean...
So what you think?
Well... In fact...
Investigation, huh?
Well, you never know.
See, nobody actually tells me anything, so my hands are totally clean.
I never implied they weren't.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
have you been the station master of...
I've never had another job.
No, I mean, I'm not sure.
So what's your thing here? You come here to do some bookworming over at the university?
Well, sort of. I'm always looking for new information.
Well, you don't seem to know a lot. And about that train,
In fact...
Investigate?
Well, you never...
See, no...
I never implied they weren't. I won't disturb you any longer, Mr.
Welcome to...
I'm sorry to...
What can I do?
Can you explain to me how the locks in the canal work, please?
A lock, right, is a system of sealed gates. They're clever, right? They help boats overcome gradient problems in channeled water flows. They make this kind of boat staircase, see? You know what I like? Sitting on the bank, watching the barges and...
I'm sorry. I must have expressed myself badly. I need to know how the locks open and close, to vary the water levels.
I'm not sure on the precise maneuver. Trains and barges, trains, now those guys are very different fellows altogether.
I won't disturb you any longer, Mr. Station Master.
Welcome to Barockstadt, miss.
John Mammoth statue, so I'm like, Hans had those.
That thing looks like the winding machine I used in the Valladolid station. I've got to find a way of getting the train up here.
Kate Walker! Kate Walker! Come over here, please! I have something to say to you!
Yes, Oscar? What is it?
A message has arrived for you.
A message?
You have been summoned to see the rectors. They are the highest authority at the university. They want to talk to you.
Talk to me?
Yes, to the person responsible for the train.
So, I'm in charge now. Sure, okay. But why would these gentlemen want to see me at all?
They do not say why, just that it's very important.
Everything okay?
Yes.
There's a winding machine further on down there. But we're going to have to shift the train 50 yards.
Impossible, Kate Walker. Train Engineer's Instruction Manual, Chapter 3, Article 2. Once the springs are slack, the train cannot move.
The train cannot move by itself, Oscar. Only by itself. Oscar, there's no way you could help me find a way to wind the train back up again?
Rust awaits my...
Oscar, see you later, alligator.
In a while, Kate Walker.
If that's going to work. Hello.
Hey, baby, you party? You sure looking mighty fine. Love those big, round eyes.
Just who do you think you are?
Hey, spunky. I like that in a lady. Okay, I'm home. Come on, doll. I'll let you buy me that coffee.
I don't remember ever asking.
Hey, don't play hard to get. I know you like it big time.
Listen, kid. Go back home and play with your toy cars and forget you ever saw me.
I don't know who Max like that or who. I feel like if the developers actually think that that's how people spit game, then I'm like they had to have been single. I'm hoping between now and the time that this game was released that they got their act together.
That door is locked. Excuse me. Can I disturb you a second?
No.
You could be a little bit nicer about it.
Keep quiet. In case you haven't noticed, we're somewhere that requires silence and tranquility.
Kind of disturb you for a minute? No. Let's see, what is this? Memories of next edition. Can I open it? The Red American, the Red Amazonian cuckoo. Suspicious account. It's endemic in the Amazon forest, and it's one of the most brightly colored species. The male's plunge is a bright. I can't get around. In case I need to read it.
Good day to you, gentlemen.
Tell me, young lady, to what do we owe this pleasure?
Please do be brief. We do not have very much time on our hands.
As rectors of this university, we have serious matters to attend to, and our time is precious.
I have heard you wish to meet the owner of the train that is currently in your station. May I know the reason for your summons?
We are surprised that your train has not yet left, miss. The situation is most regrettable.
The rules do clearly state that trains are meant to come and go and not remain stationary at a platform.
Trains should first stop, then subsequently leave. That is the rule.
We agree then, dear colleagues, that what we're dealing with is deviant behavior.
This matter really is cause for concern.
It's a clockwork train, you see? So it needs winding up again. Unfortunately, there is no equipment in the station to do this.
A clockwork train? That's strange.
How very quaint. You mean it's some sort of mechanical toy?
You are causing a hindrance to us, miss.
I am very hopeful that I will find what I need along the wall.
The wall? Miss, that really is not a suitable place for you to go.
Especially for a young lady.
You see, miss, we freely admit that every day we praise the existence of that particular edifice. We owe the integrity of our dear university and the fine education it provides to the wall.
It protects us from harm and invasion from the unknown.
May God protect us from what is beyond those ramparts, miss. Please believe me.
I don't have any choice. I must continue my journey.
Such a decision is a correct one since it's in line with regulations.
Thus your train will indeed be able to leave.
And consequently cease to obstruct our station.
Does the name Hans Vorarlberg mean anything to you by chance?
Ah, one of the brightest, most idealistic intellects to have graced our university. Hans Vorarlberg. I remember speaking to him once. I was still a student at the time. He just stared at me, lost in thought for a while. He scarcely ever said a word. But how can one forget him?
Idealistic? I'll grant you that. But bright? Oh, don't go too far. He was completely incapable of passing any exams. All he ever did was to sit in on lessons, and not many of them either. Paleontology, mainly. He had an unhealthy passion for mammoths, which matched the state of his intellect perfectly. That is to say, prehistoric.
Prehistoric? How dare you? A little far-fetched, maybe. But he did have flashes of intellectual brilliance, comprehensible only to high-minded scholars who hold no score by appearances. My dear colleague, your hasty conclusions are somewhat cavalier.
My assessment is wholly accurate. The boy was a little odd. You must concur if my father, who was rector of the university at the time, had not shown great indulgence towards him. Hans Vorarlberg would have never attended this establishment.
What about the bandstand, then? Is that the work of a deranged mind? Even after all these years, you are still jealous of it.
My dear colleagues, I beseech you, let's show some decorum. We have a visitor. What do you want with Hans Vorarlberg, miss? Are you a member of his family?
No, not at all. I'm looking for him to clear up an inheritance matter. Is he still here?
What? Here? At the university? No, not at all. He left a long time ago. Yes, a very long time ago. The very year I was nominated to this position, in fact. Almost 50 years ago already.
The poor soul moved on once he learned all he needed to know about mammoths.
Ah, this establishment was never quite the same after his departure, it must be said.
You mean to say it was never as bad? All that oddball brought to this university was his misplaced fantasies.
Gentlemen, let's try to retain the calm and level-headedness that befits our position.
Excuse me.
Miss, we find ourselves terribly put out.
Indeed, the situation is very regrettable. Your huge locomotive is very cumbersome.
A train should first stop, then
Can you tell me if I can find Yangalakola here in Bagstadt?
I'm sorry, come again? What on earth are you suggesting, miss? How positively infuriating.
I am sorry. Look, are there any...
Yongala Cola!
The lady said Yongala Koala.
No, she said Yongala Cola.
No, you have no idea. It's Yongola Koala. Do try to follow.
No! Right Honorable Assistant Rector, sir, are you in any way insinuating that I am hard of hearing?
I would not dream of such an insinuation, oh right honorable assistant rector, sir. Dyslexic, maybe, however. I seem to remember you having a little difficulty pronouncing tricky tropical names.
What? I think you'll find it's you who has deficiencies in the area of cultural matters.
Gentlemen, please. The right pronunciation is Yengala Cola. It's a little...
We understood.
Perfectly.
And why might you be looking for this Yang thingamajig?
Indeed. What a strange request. Why could you possibly need Yongala Koala? Here we are, busy chatting, and look at the clock. It's tea time.
Already? My word, doesn't time fly by?
Thank you for a charming visit, miss.
And thank you, gentlemen. Gentlemen, forgive me...
A little
They are kept...
Nor trains from leaving...
If you can possibly get the canal lock open, then the sailors will be able to tow the train up to the winding machine.
What a surprising request.
Open the lock? What a singular idea.
Our university isn't responsible for the functioning of the canal locks. A different administration deals with that, miss.
You wouldn't know if there is any Forest Sauvignon here in Barrackstadt, would you?
Absolutely.
When he says absolutely, he means, of course, absolutely none.
What we mean, of course, is that we are absolutely positive there is no Forest Sauvignon here in Barrackstadt.
Really? Are you sure? Because I read in a book that Barrackstadt possesses a number of plants. I wouldn't mind getting a hold of some if possible.
Out of the question, miss. Don't forget the regulations, miss. Don't forget them. Trains should first stop, then subsequently leave. And quickly!
The assistant rector means to say that our priority is for you to remove your train from our station. Your research will have to wait until your next stop.
Yes, that's right. Your train must leave the station immediately, so please refrain from wasting our time in needless visitations.
You see, I didn't actually intend...
No, not really.
You have arrived a little late in the term, miss. Enrollment for this year has already terminated.
But as rectors of this university, and therefore representatives of its highest authority, we could bend the rules a little, if you like.
You don't understand. I'm a lawyer from New York. Or rather, Valladolid, more precisely. My client wants to buy out an old mechanical toy factory, but its heir isn't actually dead, and is living somewhere in Syberia. I've got to get to him to sign the sales contract. You see?
Not really. This is a most peculiar tale.
A kerfuffle of the highest order.
We have an excellent law school, if you should ever change your mind.
Here we are, busy chatting, and look at the clock. It's tea time.
Already?
Thank you.
And thank...
Oh, we got a nice law school. I'm like, why would I change my mind to come to a law school if I'm already a lawyer? Kinda not needed. So I've already done it.
Excuse me. Sir? Please, just a moment.
Yes, what is it? I'm not deaf, you know.
I am sorry to disturb you in your work, sir, but...
This young Mammothus primigenius is barely 40,000 years old. Fantastic, wouldn't you say, miss?
Yes. Probably.
What do you mean, probably?
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh, you don't know, I see. What can I do for you, my dear child?
To tell you the truth, I don't know very much about mammoths, and I'm not here as a student. In fact, I'm a lawyer.
It's all right. Nobody's perfect. All the same, the study of the Pleistocene period is fascinating.
I'm sure it is, but I'm sorry to say my current mission is totally monopolizing my time. Another time, maybe.
Ah, that's what they all say. But anyway, let me present myself. I'm Cornelius Ponce, Emeritus Professor and Lecturer at the University of Barrockstadt. I'm proud to say that I'm head of the Department of Paleozoology at our university.
Kate Walker. Pleased to meet you. It wasn't really my intention to stop off here, but I'll confess, this university is really very impressive.
Ah, indeed. There's such a tradition of learning here. And so much knowledge, a real depth of culture, intelligence, and gray matter. I myself did my studies here and never left.
Actually, I'm here because I've been summoned by the rectors of the university.
Oh, I see. You must have made a mistake on your enrollment form.
Oh, no. I haven't come here to study. I have an important matter of inheritance to attend to. I have to find the heir.
And you hope you will find him here?
I'm not altogether sure. But you see, my train broke down coming into Barrockstadt Station.
In that case, my dear, you must come to one of my lectures. Here's a question for you. Do you know what the Proboscidean order is?
The Probo-whatian?
Ah, you see? There are gaps in your knowledge that need refreshing.
I feel I've lost my way a little here.
Oh, my dear child, you've chosen your moment. I absolutely must finish off my lecture.
It's a lecture about mammoths?
Oh, yes and no. More specifically, it is about their migration. Do excuse me, I need to concentrate.
To tell you the truth, I'm looking for Mr. Hans Vorarlberg. He's the sole heir of a very unusual factory. My company is in charge of negotiations for the takeover of this factory. At last word, he was living in Syberia. So, as soon as my train is ready, I'll be continuing my journey eastwards.
Syberia. Ah, Syberia. But what was it you said again?
Said what?
You mentioned a name. The person you are looking for.
Vorarlberg. Hans Vorarlberg. Do you know him?
Hans Vorarlberg. How could I forget him? Such an extraordinary fellow. So inventive. We shared a passion for mammoths, you know, and we bonded over this passion. Without it, I confess, I would have had little to do with an odd, ageless retard like Hans.
Well, damn.
At the time, we were both students. Well, sort of. Put it this way. Hans had special permission to attend paleontology lectures. You see, he didn't really have the necessary qualifications. In exchange, Hans did a few odd jobs around the university.
Your Hans Vorarlberg sounds uncannily like the one I'm looking for.
I'm not sure, my dear. Hans was above all questions of money and business. Just to imagine him running a factory, perish the thought.
Can you tell me a little bit more about him?
He was always a mystery to me. He never said very much, never quite seemed to grasp what you said to him. He expressed himself instead through his incredible mechanical contraptions. His inventions, I admit, have been much appreciated by the university. The few times we really did talk, it was about his strange interest for mammoths and a doll. Some sort of doll that obsessed him.
A doll, you say?
Yes. He kept talking about it. One day he described it to me. A sort of children's toy. A miniature mammoth mounted by a mount. It appears he found it in a cave not far from his home. The event all sounds very dramatic. His account was slightly confused, but it awoke a great interest in me.
What do you mean?
To my knowledge, there was only one tribe who made figurines featuring a Maut, and that tribe is the Yukols. They live in the farthest reaches of Syberia, and for them, the dolls constituted a sacred object, illustrating one of their central legends. How such a doll made the journey from the frozen Siberian north to a cave in the French Alps is a mystery to me. Even today, it is beyond my comprehension.
Have you considered that Hans Varlberg was maybe making it up? You said yourself he didn't seem to have all his mental facilities intact.
No, that's
And he's got
impossible.
same long as
Hans
me.
couldn't invent the story like that. The doll is a sacred part of the Syberia legend. He described it to me in exact detail. Syberia itself is a chimera that paleontologists of the world are very fond of pursuing.
Arriving in Barrackstadt is an amazing experience. I've never seen such a station.
You came by train?
Yes, in a kind of clockwork train with a spring mechanism that winds down regularly.
You mean you drive a train? Young ladies of today never cease to amaze me.
Oh, no, I'm not the engineer. The train's engineer is actually an automaton. I am sorry, all this probably sounds very strange.
A clockwork train, driven by an automaton. I once knew a man long ago who could have invented such a train. It was he who designed the bandstand in the main square.
he
To
designed
think
this
that he
train
was
too.
even capable of creating such a gadget. He was astounding, a true genius. But oddly, at the same time, he was also almost a child. It was as if his mental and physical evolution had definitively halted at the age of 10. Can you believe that?
Yes. I think I can believe that. At least I'm beginning to. My train stopped in a peculiar aviary. It's very odd. A lot of bird species seem to seek harbor there.
Ornithology is far from being my favorite subject.
Are there? Can you give me an example?
I have been told about a kind of bird with peculiar habits. Let's see now, the Amazon cuckoo, that's right. But, oh, I'm so foolish, I can't remember what was so special about it. Just that its behavior is very peculiar.
The Amazon? Where's the Amazon? What is the Amazon?
I'm sorry, my dear, but one cannot learn everything in a lifetime. Specialization is the key to real knowledge. Why don't you pay a visit to our library?
Thank you very much. I read in the library in a book on the Amazon that there's a mushroom called the Yangalacola. I'd like to try and find some if you have any in your collections. It just might come in handy.
Yangalacola. Ah, but of course, a marvelous idea. Yes, yes, indeed. I expect I have some of that somewhere in my laboratory. I remember pulverizing it myself. Now, where did I put that container?
Do you mind if I have a look around? I'll be careful.
Oh, no, not at all. I wish you luck in trying to find something in the midst of this scholar's jumble, but please, go ahead.
If I were to say Forest Sauvignon to you, what would you say?
Oh, let's see. Sauvignon. Sauvignon? I would say it's some kind of tropical shrub, don't you think?
We are talking about the same plant, then. It is a very rare shrub with small, juicy fruits. I found a book about the Amazon, and it says that there are even Sauvignon plants growing right here in Barrackstadt. You wouldn't know where, would you?
Amazon Sauvignon plants here? No. No, I don't think there are any. Highly implausible. But, you should ask the station master. He is keeper of the greenhouse at our university, so he could tell you more than me.
Oh, thanks very much. I'll leave you in peace.
Sorry?
Do excuse, Professor.
What is it you want?
I'm under the impression that if I am to continue my journey, I'm going to have to open the locks on the canal.
You're probably right, my dear, so open the locks. Whether they are open or closed is none of my business.
I figured he didn't give a damn either way. Alright.
I'll leave you in peace.
Sorry?
Pro said, alright, if you gotta open the locks, then open them shits.
No point.
I have no idea what you want from me, man.
No point. Hello?
So, you got him then, this air?
Ah, it's you, Mr. Marson. Good day, and how are you, sir?
I'll feel a whole lot better when this whole business is over and the sales contract is signed. Where the hell are you?
I'm in Barrackstadt.
Bollocks, what? What in God's name are you doing there?
It's a magnificent university town. It would appear Hans Vorarlberg once passed by here several years ago.
So if he isn't there anymore, then there's no point hanging around.
I hear what you're saying, sir, but I have good reason to believe that Hans Vorarlberg is still alive. For the time being, I'm trying to gather extra information from people who have known him.
What's your next destination?
I'm not exactly sure yet.
Doesn't sound like you know too much, Kate.
I just need a bit of time, Mr. Marson.
Yeah, well, time is what you ain't got. Keep me posted.
Don't send me on this impossible ass mission. Just because you ain't know it's gonna be impossible at the time of sending, don't mean that, you know, I'm supposed to be able to adjust fire and just get this shit working. Highly confident ain't nothing over here for me, but I'm checking anyway. Station.
I'm sorry to...
What can I do for...
Where might I find some Forest Sauvignon plants, please?
No place around here, that's for sure. I don't know what you're talking about. That stuff's from the Amazon.
You know, for someone who knows nothing about the plant, you seem pretty well informed about which mysterious faraway country it comes from.
Oh, Amazon, Peru, Papua New Guinea, it's all the same to me. Gotta go. Gotta work.
Wait, don't go. You know what? I don't think he was being totally straight with me.
Clearly.
door's locked. Excuse me, Station Master, but I need you again.
Can't you see I am very, very busy?
No.
Well, I am. Very busy indeed. But, okay, I think I can give you a minute of my time.
I'm looking for a kind of little juicy berry.
Look, lady, the station doesn't have any Sauvignon berries, not even Forest Sauvignon.
Funny you should mention it. That's exactly what I was looking for. Forest Sauvignon.
Sauvignon, raspberries, red currants, they're all the same to me. And we don't grow none of them here.
But you see, I have just read a very interesting book, which says that the rare Sauvignon berry is actually cultivated here, in the famous Baruchstadt University aviary itself.
Look, I don't believe everything you read, Miss.
I don't know why, but I don't think you're telling me the truth.
What do you mean? I don't know. How should I know where to find your stupid grade? Go ask your Professor, what's his name, Pons, the paleontologist.
But you're the master of this station, so you should know better than anyone.
Nobody tells me anything. I don't know. Go see the old guy with the fossils.
I won't disturb you any longer.
Welcome to Baruchstadt.
Do excuse me, Professor. Professor, sorry to disturb you again. Professor, I have brought you something that should be of interest to you. Look.
What have you got there, then? Let's see. An effigy of a mammoth. But this is Hans' doll, is it not? Yes, of course it is. How on earth did you... Oh my God, it's in my hands. It exists. It really exists. Please do excuse me. I'm deeply, deeply moved.
You see? Your Hans and my Vorarlberg heir are one and the same.
This is incredible. After all these years, how can I ever thank you, my dear? Oh, I must waste no time. I'm off to my laboratory. I must study this carefully. May I borrow your treasure a moment?
Well, actually,
Don't worry, miss. I will take the greatest care of it. But I need to study it. You see, it has such importance to me that this very afternoon I shall deliver an impromptu lecture to my students about this very object. If you are interested in Hans Vorarlberg, then it is essential that you attend.
Do you think so?
Obviously. Give me your telephone number and I will call you the moment my lecture begins. I will return you your doll at the end. You have my word.
In that case, see you later.
Here's the office. His lab is open now.
is it you want to know, miss?
You wouldn't know where the forest Sauvignon plants are kept in Barkstadt, would you?
Why do you think there are Sauvignon plants here?
I read about it in a book at the library.
Try going to see the station master. If such a shrub exists, he will have a better idea than anyone.
It's actually he who sent me to you. I thought it a little strange, but he definitely said ask the paleontologist. You're the only one here, aren't you?
Yes, yes indeed. What a strange way to behave. Well, I think he must have made a mistake, that's all. Nobody tells me anything here. Maybe you should ask the rectors. After all, they are in charge of the university.
All right, thanks. I'll leave you in peace.
Sorry? No.
Gentlemen.
A little problem.
They are kept to oneself, and they don't stop the world from turning.
Nor trains from leaving stations.
Are you sure there are no Amazon Sauvignon plants in Barkstadt? Because I have just interviewed the station master and the paleontologist, and what they said really didn't convince me that there wasn't any here.
We are quite definite on this point. There are no Sauvignon plants growing in Barkstadt.
You see, miss, the Amazon Forest Sauvignon is a rare shrub that requires very special conditions for growth.
That's right. Conditions that are very hard to reproduce, believe you me.
Difficult, but not impossible. Fortunately, our garden has proved very successful.
Your garden? So, there is a garden in Barkstadt?
Oh, the garden. Well, if there was one, it would be only a little garden hidden behind the station. But our station master would be very proud of it.
He would take very good care of it, too. Everything would grow marvelously if we were able to cultivate it at all, and it would be all down to his gardening prowess.
And we would be proud as punch. And we wouldn't forget the role the paleontologist might play in this.
What's the paleontologist got to do with it all?
Without him and without his laboratory, how would we make the wine, do you think?
And it would be good wine indeed, my dear colleagues, would it not?
Oh, yes, a delightful balm to soothe away our long hours of toil and our heavy responsibilities.
We would wait impatiently every year for the arrival of the year's produce.
So, if I have understood you correctly, there are indeed Sauvignon plants in Barkstadt. They are cultivated in a garden behind the station, then turned into wine by the paleontologist's loving care, and finally, the pleasure of tasting is yours. If I'm not very much mistaken, gentlemen, you have a minor racket operating here.
Miss, you do go jumping to some hasty conclusions.
We never said that. That's not what we said at all.
We were talking in the conditional. You know, with ifs and woulds.
So, what would happen if I had such a hunch?
You would have to keep it to yourself, of course.
Yes, if you would be so kind as to keep it a secret. It would only be a small local concern, producing barely a few bottles every year.
That's right. Nothing so grandiose as a business. Otherwise, we'd be liable to be fined. So, we can't count on your discretion, can't we?
Don't worry, I have no intention at all of getting messed up in anything.
Here we are, busy...
Already?
Thank you.
And thank... Excuse me, Station Master, but I need you again.
Can't you see I am very, very busy?
You have been playing with me, haven't you? You knew very well there were forest Sauvignon berries in the station garden.
No, not at all. I've never seen your Sauvignon thing.
You don't have to lie to me. I know all about it. You and the rectors are in cahoots, and the professor's lab has been turned into a distillery. You've all got a nice little smuggling racket on the side.
Smuggling racket? Hey, lady, you're going a bit far there. It's just a little on-the-side thing we got going, that's all. It's just for ourselves. Hey, you're honest.
You should be ashamed of yourselves. Aren't you worried about the reputation of this fine university? The authorities should be informed of this.
But we haven't done anything wrong. It's not a crime.
Can you open the gate to the garden, please?
Sure. No problemo. Right away, miss. There you are. Please feel free to visit the garden at your leisure. And there was just one thing. I'm not a liar. Not really. Just mum's the word. There is a reputation in the university to think about. And I have superiors, and I have to do what I can.
I understand. Don't you worry.
Oh, thank you, miss.
What the egg do we need for the thing? In the yard outside the school, I feel like it's up in the rafters with some other eggs. And I already get the eggs with most of them birds. You can't get in the grapes. Okay, cool.
Yeah, miss, please, excuse me.
Yes?
You know, I wanted to apologize for our little misunderstanding. I brought you a bottle of wine. Markstadt Sauvignon. Very good year. Let me know what you think.
I'm very touched. Thank you.
Good luck on your journey, lady.
Thank you. I'm afraid...
Hey.
Oh, don't worry.
Very sweet.
I don't think you...
Now, wait a second. I never really intended... You have to believe me. I can see I can't pull the wool over your eyes. You're pretty sure.
Or you're just not very good at lying.
I'll never do it.
Can you explain to me how the locks in the canal work, please?
A lock, right, is a system of sealed gates that right? They have boats.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
All these birds in a steam...
This is no ordinary station, miss. Oh, no. These birds are part of the prestige.
I can well believe you.
And you know what's the...
It wasn't a good idea?
A nightmare.
I see what you mean. That's one tricky bird.
The faculty declared the bird a protected species.
You have an atom...
A wonder of tech.
Why not?
I can't climb up the gangway. No.
You poor soul.
Worst thing it...
I don't think you've been
No.
Or...
Oh, no.
I don't think...
No.
Or...
Oh, no.
I won't disturb you any...
Welcome to Barracks.
I thought you could feed it to him, but it didn't let me feed it to him. Oh, that's how you do it.
possible to reach it. This thing's jammed. Gentlemen, forgive me for...
A little problem, a little problem. Everyone has little problems now, you know.
They are kept to oneself, and they don't stop the world from turning.
Nor trains from leaving stations.
They're just gonna keep throwing shade about that train, huh?
You see, I didn't actually...
No, not...
You have arrived.
But...
You...
Not a cuff.
We haven't...
Can you possibly...
Miss, your insistence?
If you don't mind, could you not disturb us all the time? Thank you.
We cannot constantly be at your disposal. We have many other requests to attend to.
If you can possibly get the canal...
What a surprising request.
Open the lock! What a singular idea!
Our university isn't responsible for the functioning of the canal locks.
Here we are,
already?
Thank you for a charming visit, miss.
And thank... Gentlemen.
A little
They are kept...
Nor...
I haven't in...
Walker...
Perfectly...
Pure insight...
Tradition, young lady. One must always uphold...
Does the name Hans Vo...
Ah, one of the brightest, most
Idealistic?
prehistoric...
My assess...
What about the bandstand, then?
My dear colleagues, I beseech you, let's show some decorum.
No, not at all.
What?
The poor...
You mean to...
Gentle...
That idea of the station aviary is really very original.
It's the pride of our university. One of the specialties taught here is zoology, you see, and more particularly, ornithology. Proper study and instruction should not be limited to books. Observation of living matter is indissociable.
It contains...
Do you rem...
Absolutely.
A poison shallot.
Oh, yes, it could have been...
Okay, so how do I get these dudes to open shit?
That idea of the...
It's the pride.
It contains...
Do you remember...
Absolutely.
A poison...
Oh.
I haven't introduced my...
Walker...
Perfectly...
Pure insight...
I haven't in...
Walker...
Perfectly...
Pure insight...
Tradition...
Mission.
You see, I didn't...
No, not...
You have arrived.
But...
You...
Not a kerfuffle.
We haven't...
Can you possibly...
Miss, your insist...
If you don't...
We cannot...
That's weird. The guys are saying you're supposed to talk to them about Hans and money, but as y'all can see on my list, money ain't even a fucking option. So I'm like, I don't know what to say to these dudes.
Here we are, busy chat.
Already?
Thank you for a...
And thank you, Jen. Gentlemen, for...
A little
They are kept...
Nord.
Well, stream, I don't know what the fuck going on with that, but I'm gonna have to figure that out. Come back with it later. By the time I come back with the next part of this video, I should definitely have it figured out. But we're gonna stop this video here, and shortly later you'll be seeing part 1. You better watch this again on YouTube, and you better watch part 1 on the YouTube channel. Look up in the bar. You got all the socials to know how to follow me on everything. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. But until next time, catch y'all later. Peace.